Hey guys, welcome to Carousel. It's Great Hits Volume 4, where we're going to be cooking some amazing dishes inspired by the USA. There's a lot of barbecue, there's fresh pasta, so we're going to run you through how to put it all together. So your snack to kick things off is charcoal grilled corn, British corn. We've got a ranch dressing with some chili and herb oil, and then some parmesan. Following that, we've got freshly baked brioche hot dog sliders with crayfish in a Mary Rose sauce. There is iceberg lettuce, grilled pineapple and lemon. If you're a vegetarian, we've got girole mushrooms, peas in a Mary Rose sauce, and some crispy shallots for both. For the fresh pasta, we've got rigatoni with fennel. For the meat eaters, we've got a pork ragu with parmesan and apple sofrito. For the vegetarians, we've got a dried fermented tomato sauce, ricotta, and also some pasta. For the main course, we've got pork ribs that have been smoked for 9 hours, beef brisket and homemade sausages. We've got some beef fat just to warm up the brisket. For the vegetarians, we've got an 8-hour smoked artichoke and also summer squash with barbecue sauce. Alongside that, we've got gem lettuce with the Caesar dressing, smoked Yukon potatoes, a creme fraiche and burnt chive oil. We've got barbecue beans, red cabbage with lime, some classic French cheese mustards, and last up for dessert we've got our apricot lemon curd s'mores. Of course, take your corns out, cut them on the husk so you've got something to hold on to when you eat them. Onto your tray, into the oven at 180 for 5 minutes. Out the oven they come. Arrange them on a plate. This is for 2 people. Grab a spoon. Ranch chili dressing goes on top. And then your cheese. That's ready to eat now, whilst you're going to wait for the rest of your food to be ready. Alright, so I'm going to run you through the sliders, both the vegetarian and the crayfish option. So for that we've got 3 buns, usually it'd just be 2. So these buns have been cut open like that, into the oven, 180, 5 minutes, just until they're nice and hot. Season that out nice and hot. So firstly I'll just assemble the crayfish. So just prise open a little bit, some salad to one side, pineapple to another, and just take a spoonful of your crays. Okay, do that again. Salad on one side, and pineapple on the other. Then just a lemon wedge on the side, just to squeeze over as you eat it. And then some crispy shallots on top, like so. If you're vegetarian, we're going to follow the same steps with the pineapple. Pineapple into one side, iceberg into the other. This time we've got peas, giroles, and Mary Rose sauce. And that just goes straight in, onto a plate. Again, the lemon wedge, and some crispy shallots. So I'm going to run you through both the pastas, the meat option and the vegetarian. So we'll start off with the meat option. Here we've got the ragu, so pork, apple sofrito, parmesan, all of that in, along with a splash of water, probably around 40 grams, onto high heat until it starts bubbling, then we'll add the pasta. So now, bubbling away, all of the pasta in. Just give it a bit of a stir. That like 40 grams, 50 grams of water that I added is going to reduce, and the sauce will become creamy, and it will kind of allow the pasta to refresh itself. So give that a stir. Once it's hot, after around 2 minutes, ready to plate. Cool, so it should be looking like that. It's kind of nice and creamy again. Pasta's hot, off it goes. So rigatoni, apple sofrito, and pork sausage. For the vegetarians, take your tomato sauce that you've got in the pot. Pop it into the pan. Cool, tomatoes come up to the boil. In goes the pasta. Again, a tiny splash of water, like 20 ml, just for one portion rather than two. And give it a stir. And just going to keep the pan moving for a minute or two till it's loosened up and ready to go. So the pasta's nice and hot again. The tomato sauce has reduced a bit. So off the heat. Use it into a bowl. Lovely ricotta on top. There you go. So the main course, if you're eating meat, there are a few steps to hit this because the cooking times are a little bit different. This big piece of pork rib is going to take the longest, and then the sausage and the brisket will take the same amount of time. In a domestic oven, it's going to take around 12 minutes to bring this guy back to life. But after 8 minutes, we're going to reheat the rest of these. I'll talk you through that in a second. So into the oven we go. Okay, so in the meantime, we're going to reheat the potatoes. These are also going in the oven until nice and hot, around 10 minutes. This opportunity can be used for the vegetarians also. So if you are a vegetarian and you've received the vegetable kit, you're going to add your smoked artichoke and your summer squash, because these are going to take more or less the same amount of time to reheat, 10 minutes in the oven, 180 degrees centigrade. Alright, we've got the beans. So everything's in the oven. I'm just going to reheat them. If you have ever cooked baked beans, you're going to follow a very similar method. In a pan until they're hot on a low heat. Keep them stirring. Okay, so whilst your beans are reheating and the meat is in the oven, take your gem lettuce into a mixing bowl. Nice spoon of this Caesar dressing. Give this it's really nice and thick, so it's kind of like a mayonnaise. And we want it really heavily dressed, so nicely dressed like that. Bit of extra on the bottom. Take your leaves. On they go. So feel free to kind of present this as you wish. I'm going to do a sharing plate of meat, and then with the slaw on it. So in the middle, get some slaw, like that. Got this juicy rib is here, sausage there, brisket smelling and looking amazing. So that can go like that. If you like it's fat, pour it over, feel free to do so. And then lime on top, mustard if you wish on the plate. Pour it to the beans, and now hot. Goes out of the bowl. Finally, potatoes. With burnt chive oil with the creme fraiche. Just get that bottom of the plate. Couple of tatties there. That's you. If you're obviously a vegetarian, we will be adding the artichoke and the summer squash, both of which have been smoked for 8 hours, like we did the meat, and you've got the coleslaw as well. Right, last up, s'mores. Just carefully lift it out, place it on the plate. Just do your absolute best to slide the paper off. repeat. That's it, it's totally ready to go. S'mores, apricot, lemon, and yeah, burnt with charcoal on top.